Hello, hello, and welcome back to Tennis Ace. I think, maybe. Hmm. Is this that game? Yes. Uh, uh, my mind is violently snapped back into wakefulness by the sudden blaring noise of the alarm. What the? Who even set up the alarm? Shit. Where it is so I can't turn this damn thing off? Where is it so I can turn this damn thing off? Ah, there. 9:30? Why the hell am I waking up at 9:30 on a weekend? It's not as if I have anything to. Wait, did I promise to go out with someone today? Ugh. As my mind slowly dispels its foggy state, I seem to remember a little bit more. That's right, I had scheduled to go out today. Shit. That's right. Shuichi asked me to go out with him today. I was sitting on the rooftop like I do sometimes. Cloud gazing helps keep my stress at an acceptable level. Oh, I knew you'd be here. Shuichi showed up, looking down at me with a mix of annoyance and amusement. I get the feeling that we've done this a lot over the years. What was it this time? Too much homework, incoming tests, or leaving you stressed? Huh? Not sure. It wasn't uncommon for me to feel on edge from time to time, but mm, but it home life. Oh, be it home life, school work, or everything that was going on with my current tennis career. There was always something to tick me off and make me feel stressed. Being lazy was my major outlet. Shuichi sits up on the ground next to me. I can see him staring at my face in curiosity for a few seconds. Then he turns his eyes towards the sky, watching the clouds. He curves his body forward, hugging his knees as he looks up. We sit there in silence for a few minutes, merely watching the clouds as they fly by. It might be silly, but it really does help me to relax. You know? Shoichi starts to talk. Spare me the lecture. Before he even has time to finish his sentence, I already cut him off. Rude. You don't even know what I was going to say. It's you. Of course you were going to give me a lecture about missing class and how that will reflect poorly on my admittance exams. Then I'll have to remind you that I don't even plan on taking those. Yada yada yada. It's the same argument we have every time. Pick a new topic already. I give a fleeting glance in his direction. Seeing that was Seeing that look of annoyance on his face feels refreshing somehow. Haha, I guess you really do know me well. It's been over 10 years. It's expected that I would be at this point. Huh, I guess that's true. Shuichi starts rocking his body sideways as he hums a familiar melody. For some reason, I can't seem to recall where I've heard it before. Still, it's a very pleasant tune. Shuichi continues humming happily, not realizing that I've begun watching him. Seeing him look so happy does wonders for my mood. More so than any cloud in the sky could. Hmm? Shuichi finally seems to notice that my attention has turned to him. What is it? My heart seems to skip a beat for a second there. I have to look away to hide the fact that I'm suddenly blushing. Why am I blushing? No, it's nothing. I hear Shuichi chuckle, but I still don't turn to look at him. Is that so, huh? Shuichi starts humming again. Hey, Yuichi! Huh? He starts humming very quickly, suddenly calling out to me. Reflexively, I turn to look at him. What is it? Shuichi leans forward against his knees, resting his chin as he on them as his eyes look sideways at me.
Do you remember this song?
Huh? What kind of question is that? You mean the one you were humming?
Yeah.
Shuichi nods. Where was it that I heard that song before? I'll say I remember it. Sure, let's lie.
Really?
It's the song that was playing at the Lunar Festival when when we went as kids. When was that again? 6 years ago?
Huh?
Shuichi stares at me in complete bewilderment for a few seconds. Doubt starts creeping in. Could it be that? Was I wrong? Then he suddenly nods energetically, looking incredibly pleased with himself.
You do remember. I'm glad.
Shuichi starts laughing. He seems so innocent and unguarded, I can't help but start laughing myself. We keep laughing like two idiots for a few seconds, just enjoying the moment.
That's right. The song suddenly popped back in my head this morning. I don't know why. It just reminds me of how long it's been since we last went to the festival.
Well, we always seem to be very busy around this time of the festival, so it's no surprise. Shuichi nods.
That's also true. It's kind of sad when I think about it.
It doesn't help that the festival only happens once, during one of the busiest seasons of the year. Our city's lunar festival happens at the end of June, just when one of the major tennis tournaments is going on. It's also right in the middle of the national summer tournament for Shoichi, and while they don't usually manage to qualify, he's still working hard to try and get there. In the end, we haven't managed to attend together in the last 6 years. It feels a bit sad when you think about it. Damn it. Now that you mention it, I really want to try and get to the festival again. It's really been a while.
Last time I attended was our first year, but you weren't doing too hot back then and didn't want to go with me.
Don't remind me. That was back during the peak of my slump. I was sitting around and feeling pity for myself most of the time. It's embarrassing to even think about it.
Hey, how about we go together this year?
Huh? You forget about the part that we're both probably going to be super busy by then?
Well, do you know for a fact that you won't have at least one free day during the festival?
Well, our city's festival starts on Friday, going all the way to Sunday. So it might be possible for us to meet up then, and I might have time, but we don't know if you will. We can't make arrangements like this without knowing.
That's true. Ugh, but I want to go to the festival.
Shuichi starts throwing a temper tantrum. As comical as the image of an 18-year-old that's almost 2 meters taller flailing about in a tantrum is, it's also a little bit weird. What are you, a kid?
That's cruel.
He switch suddenly goes off. Geez, when we're both alone together, he becomes so easygoing that it's like hanging out with a completely different person. Just accept reality already. The chances of the two of us going out to the festival together are stupidly small this year.
Well?
What is it? Just spit it out already.
Now that I think about it, that's not entirely true. We can go to the festival, if we want to.
What? I don't know of any festivals in town save for the Lunar Festival.
Huh. Then you're in for a treat. Oh, will you be free on Saturday?
I should be. Why?
Oh, no reason in particular. Except that you're going with me, of course.
You're going out with me, of course.
That's one festival going on in town this Saturday, and I am absolutely going to make you go, to take you there.
What festival is it?
That, my friend, will be a surprise.
I groan, almost already anticipating the worst. Right, that's why I had my alarm blaring early in the morning on a weekend. I know I promised to go out with him, but I'm so groggy right now that the idea of getting up just feels like a chore. Aniki, aren't you up yet? Aki opens the door, peering his little head inside for a few seconds. As soon as he realizes that I'm looking at him, he walks inside and closes the door behind him. Jeesh, you're still in bed? How long do you plan on sleeping for?
Just 5 more minutes, Aki.
I cover myself with my blanket, completely obfuscating my view. Aki sighs audibly. He mutters something that I can barely hear. What a useless older brother you can be sometimes. Hey, Aki, what the hell did you just say? I immediately stand up on my feet, yet on top of my bed, looking at my little brother, who just stares up at me with a blank expression. Oh, you're up now? Since you're up already, why don't you head downstairs? Shuichini has been waiting for you for over an hour already. Without missing a beat, Aki says whatever he wants and leaves. Wait a sec. The little bastard played me! Ugh, I should have known. He knew I'd get angry and would get up if he said that. Seriously, getting played by my little brother like that, it's a bit... Wait. What was that last part? Hey, Aki, what did you just say? He spins around in place to look at me. Huh? I thought I made myself pretty clear. I mean the part about Shuichi being here. Oh. He came by at 8:30. Has been waiting for you for over an hour. What? You probably shouldn't keep him waiting much longer. I am left scrambling to get dressed as fast as I can. Shit, why is Shuichi here already? We set up to meet at 10. As I run into the living room, still hastily shoving myself inside a random shirt, I see Shoichi sitting in the couch, chatting with my little brother.
Oh, you're up. About time.
He flashes me a cheeky grin as he gets up from his seat and comes greeting me, extending his hand for a handshake. What are you doing here?
Really? That's the first thing you say to me, not, nice to see you, Shoichi, or, how have you been, Shoichi?
Alright, fine. I grab his hand and give him a firm handshake. Nice to see you, Shoichi. How have you been? Also, what the hell are you doing here?
You wound me, Yuichi. But the answer to your question, I came over because I thought we could chat while you got ready. That would have been, that way we could also head out together instead of meeting at the station.
So you showed up an hour and a half before we were supposed to meet? Shuichi shifts around, crossing his arms and looking as if I had offended him.
Of course not. I'm not stupid. We agreed to meet at 9. I was half an hour early.
What? No, you weren't. We agreed to meet at 10. I set my alarm for 9:30.
You seriously think we were meeting at 10?
I nod. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone.
Here.
Yeah, what time? What? Oh, good.
I told you twice already, stop forgetting.
Geez, get off my case. I'm just making sure.
Uh-huh. We're meeting at 9 a.m. If you miss it, if you mess it up, I'll be mad.
Friggin' relax. No need to be so upset.
We'll see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well. Actually, can I... No? Okay, so I can...
See what it says? 9 a.m. 9! And I warned you not to be late. What? You have anything to say in your defense?
I made a mistake. I stick my tongue out, trying to act cute and innocent. Ow! Shuichi gives me a karate chop on the head, making me see stars.
Don't try to pull off the moe act. You're neither a girl nor are you cute.
You didn't have to hit me so freaking hard.
Hard? Huh, don't make me laugh. If I had actually hit you, I would have probably cracked your skull.
What the hell are you? The Incredible Hulk?
I just have a little bit of upper body strength.
A little bit is an understatement. By the way, why didn't you wake me up if you knew I was late?
Well...
What?
You looked really peaceful in your sleep, so I didn't want to disturb you.
And what's the real reason?
I'm being serious. I thought you could use the sleep, that's all.
For some reason, Shuichi suddenly is acting very flustered. Shuichi Ni is telling the truth, Aniki. I told him to wake you up a bunch of times, and he refused. Really? Doesn't sound like Shuichi that I know.
Well, there it is. A cooperation for the best possible witness.
Aki grins, looking maliciously at Shuichi. Yes, in fact, I'm pretty sure you muttered, "He looks so cute when he's asleep," when you thought I wasn't listening.
I didn't.
Not to mention you telling me, "No, let him sleep. It'd be too cruel to wake him up."
Aki-kun, shut up! And I didn't say it like that.
Aki starts laughing uncontrollably. To be honest, seeing Shoichi flustered like this is very amusing for some reason. I couldn't resist laughing like a complete idiot.
Well, you both suck. No wonder you're brothers.
Hey, you didn't, if you, didn't want me to parrot it back to my brother, then you shouldn't have said it in earshot of me.
What? No one likes a snitch. Aki-kun.
As far as I know, no one likes the creepy guy who watches other people sleeping either. Talk about sass.
That's it. Come over here, you brat.
Shuichi starts chasing Aniki around the house, in what can only be described as a surreal scene. When did you turn into a early 60s American cartoon? That's an odd phrase. Hey, Shuichi, we're already late. Shouldn't we get going?
Oh, right.
As if he suddenly snapped back to reality, Shuichi lets go of Aki, whom he had just captured. Aki then proceeds to run behind me to hide. What are you, 8? Hey, I might be young, but at least I can wake up on time for my appointments. You brat.
All right, before I'm forced to bear witness to a murder, shouldn't you eat something before we leave?
Is breakfast real? I don't even know anymore. I just don't eat when I wake up. I thought that, since we were pressed for time, I should buy something on the way.
Pressed for time? We're not pressed for time. It's a festival. It starts at night.
What? I didn't know that. If it only starts at night, why the hell did you want to wake me up at 8:30?
I thought we could spend the day together. Kinda like when we were kids.
I simply stand there, giving Shoichi a blank look.
What?
You woke me up early? For no reason? Is this the first time we've seen this portrait? Oh, that's kind of funny. Shuichi reaches towards me and flicks me in the forehead. Ow!
You'll have a ton of opportunity to sleep in, lazy boy. But we won't always have the opportunity to spend time together. Did you already forget how ridiculously little free time I have?
I groan, crossing my arms and looking away in frustration. All right, I guess you're right. Where are we going anyway?
Ramen!
I'm going to need a little bit more to go on than here.
Do you remember that ramen restaurant close by to the old club? It hosts a special food challenge on Saturdays.
Oh, you mean the Sakura Ramen and the super spicy special Sakura Ramen challenge. Aki suddenly chimes in on our conversation. I swear to God, I nearly forgot he was here.
That's right. That's the one.
Aki smiles, suddenly looking very amused. Common sense tells me I should probably try to convince you not to go there, but if it's you, then I'm pretty sure it'll be no sweat.
Have you tried the challenge before, Aki-kun?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. It wasn't a pleasant experience. I could barely eat more than a few bites of it, and my eyeballs felt like they were on fire. My tongue went numb. I could barely breathe. My throat burned more than Aniki's fur when he first tried an American barbecue last year. Tried cooking American barbecue last year. Hey! Aki arches his eyebrows, looking defiantly at me. It's true. Oh, we couldn't even sell the grill before you, because you got so pissed when it singed your fur that you broke it into a million pieces.
Oh, so that's how it happened.
You've never heard anything about it?
My lips are sealed.
Sure, until you find the time when it can cause the most damage.
Well, anyway, that sounds a lot better than I thought. I can't wait to try it out. Do you want to come with us, Aki-kun?
Aki scratches the back of his neck, smiling awkwardly. Sorry, I've already made plans.
Oh, is that, some blushing I see?
Well...
Don't tell me that a little someone is going on a date.
What? Don't be ridiculous. Show. Kinda, yeah. What? Aki looks down at the floor, his face tinted red. Well? You're going on a date? With whom? When? How did that happen? Where are you going? Why didn't you tell...
All right, settle down, Mary Poppins. You don't need to scrutinize every little thing he does. You're not his nanny.
He's my baby brother. He has no idea what he's doing. Of course I need to scrutinize everything he's doing. Hey, I'm already old enough to go on dates. You're 12. And a half. Also known as 12. Shuuchi gets behind me, starting to push me forward towards the door as I kick and flail, trying to fight him.
Okay, let's give Aki-kun a little room to breathe, shall we? Let me get this annoying Brokon older brother out of your fur, Aki-kun.
What? But he can't. Who are you calling a Brokon? From the corner of my eyes, I can see Aki grinning as he begins waving at us. Have a nice day. Aki, we're talking about this when I get back. Then I am promptly shoved right out the door. Even though it's still early, there's already a little bit of a crowd walking around the train station.
Jeez, how long are you planning on sulking? It's been an hour already.
I can't believe you didn't let me talk to Aki about it.
Talk him out of it. He's almost a teen. He's going to start dating sooner or later.
I don't know. I've never dated. I'm in my mid-20s. Shut the fuck up, Shuichi.
Why not take this chance to show him you trust him to do the smart thing? Plus, you know, Aki-kun, when was the last thing he did something dumb? That kid is way too mature for his age already. Kind of the opposite of some older brother I know.
I snort. You disagree with me and insult me on the same breath. Kinda cruel if you ask me.
What can I say? I'm good at multitasking.
If the tables were turned and this were your sister instead, the thought of allowing her to go on a date would be inconceivable to you.
Hitaka isn't stupid. I know she wouldn't go out on a date with a schmuck, yes. Plus, I'm the last person who should be interfering in her life, really.
I roll my eyes, making him giggle. Fine, whatever. I'll still ask Aki for details on what happened when I get home.
Sure, just make sure he doesn't have the girl with him in the room before you barge in.
How do you know it's a girl? What would she be doing in his room?
Oh, you know, a puzzle.
My brother is 12. Please don't talk about him doing puzzles. Shuichi laughs, bellowing so loudly that the people down the street turn to look at us. Not so loud, jeesh.
Well, sorry. You're just way too of a doting father. Even though you're only his brother, it just makes me laugh.
What's wrong with me worrying about him? I don't care how old he is. He's still my baby brother to me. Shuichi pats me on the back.
There's nothing wrong with it. On the contrary, I really like this caring side of yours. Just dial it back down a little. If you try controlling him too much, he's gonna end up turning on you.
Point taken. We reach the entrance of the traditional ramen restaurant and see a giant line form in the front.
Oh, right. Exclusive food challenge, only on Sundays. Of course there's a line. Oh, wait here. I'm gonna put our names on the waiting list.
Shuichi disappears amidst the sea of people, and he goes up to the clerk standing at the end of the line. Jeesh, talk about a lousy job, having to stand outside all day taking count of people outside. My feet hurt just thinking about it. I decide to check my phone to kill some time until Shuichi comes back. Let's see, no messages, no emails. Oh wait, there's a message in my junk folder. What does it say?
Geez, the list's long. They said it would take at least 40 minutes wait. Yuichi, what's wrong?
I noticed that Shuichi's next to me has put a hand on my wrist and lowers my phone. Ah, Shuichi, sorry. I didn't notice you coming back. I just saw an email I got last night.
Oh, yeah, this should be good. What is it about?
I look over the email again, reading it for the third time. It's an endorsement offer.
Let me guess. You're, chucking this one into the trash bin like the others.
I don't know. Shuichi's eye immediately goes wide. He walks up to me, putting a hand on my forehead. I push him away. What are you doing?
Making sure you're not sick.
Why would you think I'm sick? Shuichi puts both hands on his waist and cocks his head sideways, looking at me with disbelief.
You've always been, adamant about refusing any and all endorsement offers until you go pro. Yada yada yada. Don't want them to think that they own me. Yada yada.
First of all, I don't sound like that. Second of all, it's mostly true.
Huh. And what about this time? Why are you suddenly hesitant?
Because I tap my phone screen and zoom in on the logo of the email's header, letting Shuichi look at the screen. Regent?
Regent? They're the biggest, tennis sportswear company in the world.
I know. Why do you think I hesitated? You don't just turn down an offer from Regent. I look at my phone screen again, uncertain of what to do. I turn off my phone screen and shove it back into my pocket.
You're not gonna respond to them?
Not now. I'm not sure what I'd say.
Say yes!
What about that would fly in the face of my own policy.
Which is a stupid policy anyway.
I choose to ignore that comment. And it would make me look like a hypocrite to the companies I turned down when I said I didn't want to be tied down to a sponsor until I went pro.
That one makes a bit more sense.
You don't say. I give him the best snarky comment I can muster. I think I'm all out of snark. That was pretty mild compared to my usual.
Well?
Shuichi bites his lower lip.
I don't think I'm the best person to be offering you this advice, considering the fact that I turned down a few endorsement offers as well.
5, to be exact.
Of course you'd keep count. Well, anyway, I still think you should take it.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well...
Shuichi looks around, notices that there are a few vacant seats in the waiting lounge outside the restaurant. He grabs my hand and leads me by the arm to them, getting us both to sit down.
You should think about how this would affect the beginning of your career. You're planning to go pro at the end of the year. By the way, I won't start discussing... don't start the discussion about you going to college before going pro, because I don't want to start an argument again, so don't worry about that.
I shrug. Shuichi slowly nods upon seeing my response and starts talking again, measuring his words.
But don't think that you should. Well, start accruing funds. Knowing you, I imagine you'd want to take part in the biggest tournament possible, right after going pro. That would require traveling abroad. A company might hesitate to cover the costs of a player they just signed with. On the other hand, if they've been sponsoring you for a whole year already, and you're producing good results during that time, they might be an incentive to do that.
I've taken slightly aback by his words. I haven't really thought that far on the whole thing. Then again, I guess I'm pretty much like him It's pretty much like him to have given things this much thought. Let me guess, this is something you've been wanting to tell me for a while already, but couldn't help a... but... already, but couldn't find a good way to bring it up on the subject.
Can you blame me? It's kind of hard to figure out what will make you blow up, and you've always been a bit touchy on the subject of your career.
I nod, trying to think over his words. I'm suddenly hyper aware of the weight on my phone, aware of the weight of my phone in my pocket. Just knowing that I have a message from Regent there. I'll think about it after I get home. If I spend our time together worrying about this, then you won't have any fun.
Oh? Since when do you worry about that?
I know how much you've been looking forward to this.
What are you talking about? How would you even be able to tell?
I grin. Your tail has been wagging non-stop since we got out of the house. It still is, in fact. Suddenly, Shuichi's eyes widen as he looks back, noticing his tail wagging frantically behind the seat. His body suddenly goes stiff, and his tail freezes. His face suddenly goes looks flushed.
You saw nothing.
I chuckle, giving him a friendly punch on the shoulder. What was there to see?
Thanks.
After I finish all
All the paperwork, I found out that our treasurer had gotten things mixed up on our actual budget, and half of the amount he specified at first.
Sounds like you guys have a ton of problems with over-budgeting, huh? After about 30 minutes, we were still waiting for our names to be called. Although I'm fairly certain we should be the next ones.
I don't understand how many people can mess up so often.
This is what you get for being too competent. People start slacking off because they know you'll cover for them.
I shouldn't be forced to slow down my pace because they don't want to work.
I grin. I never said you did. Shuichi looks at me in confusion, opening his mouth to answer. Shuichi Urata. The clerk calls for Shuichi's name, and we reflexively stand up.
That's us.
We walk towards the clerk, a red panda, and he crosses Shuichi's name out on the list. 2 people, correct? Shuichi nods. Right this way, please. The clerk leads us inside to a couple of empty seats in front of the kitchen. All of the tables are occupied at the moment, so I hope this will suffice.
It's plenty. Thank you, sir.
The red panda smiles, handing us a pair of menus. Take your time to decide on what you'll have. You may call one of the waiters when you're ready to order. Shuichi shoots me a glance from the corner of his eye and smiles at the clerk again.
Might take a while. Hope you don't mind.
The clerk follows his gaze, flashing a knowing grin, nodding. Of course, sir. He leaves to go back to the entrance, leaving us to sitting inside the busy restaurant.
Already know what I'll order, so you go ahead and decide. I'll be on my phone to pass the time. I'll check to see if you're ready in about 30 minutes or so.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that too little time for you?
I don't take that long to decide.
Oh, don't beat yourself up about it. You're still my friend. A little annoying quirk like that isn't going to change my mind.
You suck.
Well, prove me wrong then. Tell me, what are you going to order?
Well,
TikTok.
Shuichi intimidates a ticking clock. Cut it out.
Sorry, teasing you is just too fun.
I'm not exactly I'm not exactly having fun over here.
Sorry, I'll stop. I just miss going out with you. Just the 2 of us, I mean. We don't spend as much time together as I'd like.
At this point, I think that if we were up to you, we'd be together 24/7.
Something like that, yeah.
His voice is warm and wistful, leaving me suddenly a little bit embarrassed. Have I been neglecting him a little lately? Yes.
Well, anyway, I already know what I'll be having.
I'm surprised you're not ordering soba.
I would, but they don't do spicy soba dish like the spicy ramen challenge.
I still think you're insane.
Why? What's the worst that could happen?
Well, there's...
I didn't ask you to make a list.
We both laugh at our silliness. A few heads turn our way. Since we were easily the most boisterous patrons in the house at the moment, but this is one of the few times I just don't care. I'll agree. It's nice to go out, just the two of us again. It's really been so long. Well, what if I joined you in the challenge?
You? Doing a spicy food challenge? Really?
What? I don't hate spicy food.
Sure you don't hate them, but you don't like them either. Do I need to remind you what happened the last time you tried spicy?
My ears immediately folded down on my face, and I feel my cheeks go red. Can we not talk about that?
Let's see. It was October 1st, 2009.
Wow. I asked you not to talk about it.
You and I gone to a small burger joint in the shopping mall.
You're still talking about it.
There was this challenge to eat a super spicy grilled steak burger.
I put my arms on top of the counter and buried my face in them, hiding it.
You decided, hey, this is a children's play for me. I'll try it. And try you did. Even after you took the first bite and realized it was much spicier than you imagined, you still ate the whole thing, and for that I congratulate you. And then, when we got home, I had to sit in the living room playing games on my own while you sat for the next 3 hours locked up in the bathroom. How many rolls of toilet paper did you use? 2?
I groan. I hear Shuichi laughing at me. Man, you suck! My voice comes out muffled due to my arms covering my face.
You really like using that expression, don't you? Has it turned into your catchphrase already?
I straighten myself up in my seat, glaring... Why is it twice? Glaring at the stupid husky on the seat next to me.
Aw, you look so cute. You're angry and glaring at me, but your face is still red. It's so adorable.
Shut up! Let's just order already. Shuichi grinning, putting a hand on top of my head and tussling my fur.
So, shall I order 2 of the super spicy Sakura ramen then?
No.
Good.
God, I really want to knock that stupid cocky smile off his face.
Ah, so you've changed your mind. What will you do then? 2 Mr. 2 rolls.
Call me Mr. Two Rolls again, and I'll make you eat eat through a straw for the rest of the month. Shuichi puts both hands in the air.
Oh, so scary.
You really don't take me seriously at all, do you?
Nope, not one bit.
Just order me a regular pork miso ramen and shut up. That's a decent bowl, though. That's a decent bowl. Typically, I like to order like a tonkatsu myself. You know, there's this one time I went to a restaurant and they had a like soyu tonkatsu, and that was divine. But that should just be standard, I think. Shuichi nods, doing a mock bow on his seat.
Very well, Your Highness.
I groan again to signal my displeasure. Shuichi calls over one of the waiters and gives him our order. The man writes it down in a flash, and before I know it, he's already gone. At least the service here is efficient.
If Saya were here, she'd take that as an accusation that her service isn't up to par.
You're right. The thought of that alone is already exhausting. I imagine myself explaining over and over to a malevolent Saya that I didn't mean anything by it and that she's a good waitress. And just the thought of having her angry at me is enough to make me feel like I've had a past few years knocked out of my lifespan.
I can already guess that you're thinking of the look on your face.
Shuichi laughs cheerily, putting his hands on my shoulders and giving it a light squeeze. I chuckle nervously. Yeah, let's hope I can go the rest of the year without awaking the beast.
Knowing you, I'd be surprised if you managed to the whole week without pissing her off.
Don't jinx it. Shuichi laughs again, giving me a few more taps on the back. Your order's up. Oh, bless. That looks great. I mean, I always order mine without green onions because I can't do onions, guys. I can eat a lot of shit. Onions is not one of them. I hate it so much. I hate it minced. I hate it grilled. I hate it sautéed. I hate it. No, we not doing it. A goat called our attention from behind the counter and hands us the bowls of piping hot ramen. Just seeing my bowl in front of my eyes is already making me drool. The broth is so clear that it's almost see-through, and the smell is still amazing. I can't wait to dig in. I then look to the side to see Shoichi's bowl, and I don't even know what I'm looking at first. Your bowl's bright red. Is that pepper sauce?
Who knows? Let's give it a try.
Why are there no toppings? Shuichi's, grasps the chopsticks in his hands and puts them both together in front of his face and closes his eyes.
Thank you for the food.
Are you really saying that to food, or are you praying that it won't kill you? He elbows me in the arm, grinning.
Oh, shut up.
He separates his chopsticks and immediately sets them down to get a generous amount of noodles, blowing on them a few times before hungrily wolfing them down. I keep watching intently to see what his reaction will be when the spiciness kicks in. He freezes with the noodles still in his mouth, swallowing them hastily and beginning to hack and cough. Oh, are you all right? I reach out to him, thinking that he's being overwhelmed by the spiciness.
Gotcha.
I'm left frozen in my seat, gaping for a few seconds. You ass! I thought your mouth was burning. I was worried about you.
Huh, don't worry about it. It's not that bad. Well, to be fair, it does burn quite a bit, but I like it.
I scowl, crossing both my arms and staring at him in displeasure.
Jeez, what's with that look on your face? It was just an innocent prank.
There's nothing wrong with the look on my face. This is the face I was born with. Shuichi smiles, poking my cheeks with his moist chopstick.
No, it's not. Your face is usually much more handsome than that. I would know, since I look at it every day and that.
That's pretty gay to say, Shuichi. I blush at the sudden compliment, looking away. Geez, you really know how to defuse me, don't you?
12 years, buddy. I've known you for 12 years. What else did you expect?
He did dive his chopsticks back into the bowl and gets back to eating his ramen. Okay. I'll end the part here, so I'll see you around, everyone.